Good afternoon, guys. So today I'm going to be jumping Mary for the first time by myself.
No, she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
I'm actually surprised and excited. I get so excited to jump her, and she's honestly just so much fun. She gives the best feeling, honestly. And we've got a couple of shows. Well, we've got a show coming up the end of April, and it's now like the 8th of March, I think. And she hasn't been to a show yet. She's not really seen much, so we kind of just need to get cracking with her now, so she's ready for that show. And then after we jump her at this show, which is Western Lawns, their young horse show, she'll probably go off, well, she will go off on a break to just kind of think about what she's learned, process it all, and just be a horse and have a nice break where she's only 4. But she's definitely not ready yet for this show, so that is the aim. We need to get her ready for that, so that's what we're going to do today. I need to start jumping her a bit more, and doing stuff by myself as well, rather than just having lessons all the time, especially as also lessons cost money, and let's be real, I don't have the money to be having lessons all the time. So today we're going to jump her by myself, and my mum's going to come out and help me. I'm just in the arena now. I've just picked up the poo. I'm going to set out some jumps, and then rake it, and yeah, well, actually I'll probably rake it first and then set out some jumps. But anyway, that's the plan. I'm gonna rake it, set out some jumps, and then I will come back and talk you guys through what I've set out. This is the arena right now. Just picked up the poo. We'll go and put this back, so sort out these jumps, because at the moment they're kind of everywhere. And yeah, back. Okay, I'm sweating. Arena is raked. Jumps are set out. I'll just quickly show you what I've set out. So that jumps, all the jumps are still in the same place. I've just set out some tram lines and stuff. So this will be the warm-up jump. I've just set out the poles either side, just to keep her kind of centre, looking over the jump, even though we've already done jump like that anyway. Just literally, I'm just going to do some trot jumping today. So literally just trot, trot up over the cross, and there's a canter pole the other side, just so she kind of trots to the canter pole, canters over the canter pole, and then jumps. I've just got tram lines one side of that yellow jump, because these two are kind of close together. So if I was to put tram lines that side of this jump for joy jump and this side of that yellow and red, it would kind of block off the other jump, which is a pain. So I've just done tram lines on one side. My course will originally be up over the cross, down over this, up over this, and down over that. So at least then, you know, first time round they'll have them. So it's basically just keep her centred, both sides. This is obviously another canter pole. The red and yellow hasn't got canter pole because I haven't got enough poles. And then this is just going to be a little double. Again, canter pole, trot over the canter pole. This will be like a little cross pole, 2 strides, 2 upright. And then I've just got some fillers out. So I've got the flame fillers, some planks, those fillers which she's jumped, and then this scary black and white thing. We've just got to get used to jumping some fillers now, so fingers crossed she'll be a good girl. Just going to basically do it for everything from trot, just giving her time to look at things, and we'll see how she gets on. So before I go in and get changed into some actual riding clothes, because I'm still in my pyjamas, I mean, I say that, I'm in my pyjama bottoms. I didn't wear this jumper to bed. Anyway, I thought I'd do like a quick update on the horses' feeds. That's something a lot of you have actually been asking me to do. As you've probably seen, that I kind of are feeding new supplements now, and some new feeds for the horses since the last time I done one of these. I'm quite an experimenter when it comes to feed and supplements. I like to kind of keep on trying to find stuff until I kind of find something that really suits my horses. So I'm not actually sponsored by Better Life anymore, which I don't know if you guys have realised, which was this company. as much as kind of I loved working with the company and stuff, I just didn't really feel like I was getting the results that I wanted anymore from their supplements, and I kind of wanted to move on and try and find a different supplement company that was selling a wider range of products to suit my horse's needs, especially now I have another horse. They only kind of sold, I think they sold the Ultimate Top Line, their Farmer Track, which was for the gut, and their Farmer, what was it called? Farmer Quinn, which was their joint supplement. And kind of like, I need more supplements than just those 3 things. And I kind of felt like when you're sponsored by a company, you shouldn't really be using different supplements companies as well as that, and it basically just wasn't really working for me anymore, so I'm not sponsored by them anymore. So I've been trying to find some supplements that suit my horses, and I found 2 companies actually, Feedmark and Foran. Feedmark, a lot of you probably have heard of. I actually was using the Best Flex like ages ago, and it worked really, really well. And then Foran, I was kind of recommended from a friend. They kind of work alongside Red Mill's feeds. Obviously, I'm sponsored by Saracen, so I'm not going to feed different feeds, as their feeds are amazing. But they are kind of like partnered with Red Mill's. I was recommended trying one of their supplements from a friend, and I kind of have just got into their supplements as well. So I kind of feed a mix between those 2 companies, which are both amazing. But it's literally been 2.5 minutes, and I'm just standing here rabbling along. So let's get started. So I feed. Here are their feed bowls. Mary and Brian get a breakfast, lunch and a dinner. Ryan only gets a breakfast and a dinner as he's a bit of a chunky boy. So let's start with Brian. Brian gets pink mash from Keyflow. He just gets some of this as it's great for their gut. Yeah, it's basically just great for their hind gut, and he really likes it. So I just put a scoop of this in my little bowl. So that is literally his dinner right there. I mean, not his whole dinner, but that is what he gets in his dinner. And then he gets, so they all get Thunderbrook's Healthy Herbal Chaff, which is this chaff here. Let's start with that. Ryan gets, I mean, at the moment he's not in work because we had the vet out. And he had some like medication, so he's not allowed in work for a couple of days, but he basically does usually get a full scoop of chaff split between both, but he's just getting just under a scoop now split between both, which I know is literally nothing, but he's not actually allowed to eat where he's a bit chunky and he's not working. Oh, that's just shot on me, thank you very much. Brian gets a full scoop split between his dinner, his breakfast, and then he gets a little bit in his lunch. They are, so just, Brian isn't the biggest eater, so I kind of have to split his food in between 3, otherwise he doesn't finish it all. Why do they keep on shotting on me? Oh my god. And then Mary gets the most. She gets 2 scoops of chaff, just because she's actually a lot better now, but she was a bit underweight to start with, and at the moment I find she's not great at holding her weight on. That might change. Oh, that's really annoying me over time, but for now she is getting 2 scoops of chaff split between 3, as obviously if you're feeding a lot you're better off feeding multiple feeds. My nan's coming up, great. And then we have Ryan is on the Essential Balancer from Saracens, which is just a optimum muscle and top line development low calorie balancer, so it has no energy stuff in it or anything like that. He definitely does not need any more energy, so he just usually gets 1.5 scoops, but at the moment I'm just getting 1 scoop where he's not in work. And then Mary gets Saracen's conditioning cubes, which is a low starch cubes for optimum top line muscle tone and stamina, which has been amazing for her. She looks so much better since doing these. So she gets 2 scoops of these, split between her 3 feeds. And then Brian gets Shape Up, which is a low intake calorie controlled ration, which is also great for horses that are prone to ulcers. He gets 4 of these scoops. So he gets 1, 2 in his dinner. He only gets 1 in his breakfast, as he can be a bit Fussy with his breakfast and one in his lunch, as he's not really a big eater in the morning. He'd prefer to go out in the field. And then he also gets some recovery mash, which is for rehydration and recovery, just because he absolutely loves it. It's like banana flavoured and he'll literally eat it all up, so I just put some with his lunch just to get him to eat it pretty much. Ooh. Yeah. So that is their base feed done, as you will see. Oh, and then actually Ryan and Mary both get some Speedy Beat, which I'm pretty sure is Bailey's. No, British Horse Feeds, is that Bailey's? I don't actually know. But they both get Speedy Beat, which, yeah, they just love it, to be honest. It just really helps get them to eat all their supplements and stuff, and they enjoy it. And also it helps with weight gain and also ulcers and stuff like that, which is something I'm always a bit worried about. So yeah, they get that, and then that's obviously soaking at the moment. I soaked Mary's lunchtime with their dinner one, so obviously this is it here, ready for dinner. Brian's pink mash I'll soak later. Moving on to supplements, so we have quite a few supplements, as you'll probably see. I am supplement obsessed. Definitely an issue that I have, probably spend the most money I do on supplements, but anything for my horses. So let's start with Mary. So Mary has some biotin, which is here. She has the Equine America one. So she just gets a full scoop, which is here. She gets a full scoop in her lunch. She gets some Saracen Plus from Premier Performance. This has actually been really good for her with her hormones and just keeping her happy when being ridden while she's in season. She just gets one scoop of this in her breakfast. Although I'm kind of intrigued about trying the Feedmark mare supplement once I've kind of finished this, as I've had a lot of good things about that one, and although that one is really good from Premier Performance, I kind of want to be able to just order from as least amount of companies as possible, just to kind of lower my cost on delivery and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to try that one afterwards. Moving on, she also gets the Kentucky Karen oil from Foran. So this is the company I was talking to. This is one of the companies. This is Foran. This is obviously, as it says here, it is readily absorbed omega 3, 6 and 9 to support digestive function and overall well-being. It's kind of a digestive supplement. On the back it says a bit more. So it is a emulsion of flaxseed oil, Mary's galloping around the field. Complementary feed which provides naturally occurring, whatever the hell that says. Basically it helps maintain skin function and shiny coat, and overall health, which is actually been really good for Mary. And it also, the oil makes it a bit good for kind of energy as well, so it's definitely been helpful for that. Mary gets some of this. She gets 2 pumps, even though it's nearly finished. I have another one up there, and then also so did Brian, so I'll just do Brian's now. Brian gets 2 pumps as well. Might have to give a little bit extra because it's not really all coming out. Then she also gets the Foran Coppervit, which is vitamins and minerals. It basically is for bone development and muscle development and all that in young horses. It's really good for that. But you actually give it to them every other day, so every 2 days. At the moment, I'm giving it to her every other day, just where she's young, just to help with her bone growth and stuff like that. So let me just do that. So she has 30 mils of this. Which is about, oh, that's a bit too much. Split between her dinner and her breakfast. So that is that. Moving on, Mary also gets some linseed, which is here. Again, because of her weight, so she gets a full cup of linseed. Split between all 3 feeds. And then she also is going to get one of these Equilite G pouches from Foran today, which is like an electrosalt supplement. Basically just give them a sachet here. It says on the back, what does it say? It says electrolytes with antioxidant, vitamins E and C, for compensation of electrolyte loss in sweat during strenuous work in competition and training horses. So I'm basically going to give it to her. It just helps with muscle function and recovery after hard work, and obviously where she's getting jumped today, is basically the perfect time to give it to her. So, because she's probably gonna sweat up where she's having a jump. So I'm just going to tip this into her dinner here. Just make sure that if you're going to feed these, you give them a lot of fresh water for them to drink, where obviously it's salty. And then last but not least, she gets some BSAC from Feedmark, which is a live yeast probiotic culture that stabilises the digestive system and promotes optimum fibre and protein digestion. It basically just supports the gut as well as her feed itself does that. So this is just going to go back up, and then also actually Brian and Ryan get this. So if we just do, they basically get 3 of these little scoops a day. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and then 3. And then Brian also gets, move on to Brian now, the Be Complete from Foran here, which is it contains B vitamins essential for blood cell formation and optimal metabolism. Maximising the diet for energy production, prepared specifically for maintaining appetite during hard work, competition and travel. Basically his appetite isn't great, so this is good for him. It is also an added prebiotic for digestive health and well-being as well, so this is basically perfect for him, as his appetite isn't very great, but he doesn't have ulcers or anything, so this really helps just get him to eat all his food. I didn't think that was ever going to be something that we could get him to do, but honestly, since adding this, it's been amazing. So if you're looking for a supplement for your horse that's appetite isn't great, definitely give this a try. And then he also gets the Best Flex, I know this is back to front, from Feedmark. This has actually been this has been really, really good for him. He feels absolutely incredible since going back onto this. It's expensive, don't get me wrong, but in my opinion, it's definitely worth it. So he gets, I can even turn it back around. He gets 3 scoops of this a day. So he gets 1 in his dinner, 1 in his breakfast, and 1 in his lunch. And then he is just getting some salt because he's not in work today, as he's having a day off as well. And so is Ryan. Ryan can have just some salt as well. I always put salt in their feeds. And then last but not least is Mr. Rai. So we'll move on to him, whose feeds are here. So Ryan gets some Pro Hoof Platinum from, oh, I can't remember what the place is called. I get it from, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a hoof supplement, all-round supplement, which has been actually really good for his hooves. So he's at the moment just getting this until it runs out. Gets 3 scoops of that, and then he is on the Ostoflex from, again, Foran, which is a combination that support mobility and joint function supplement. It provides essential nutrients that are vital to help limit wear and tear and to maintain healthy joint action in performance at racing or older horses. It's actually, this has been really good for him. You basically give them 30 mils a day, which is the same as what I've been given in the other supplements, but it's honestly been really, really good. He's felt amazing since going on to this. So this is great for him, and actually it's not overly priced either. So yeah, I mean, I know probably weird, I give them both different joint supplements, but they both contain different things, and this is definitely something that works for Ryan. And then Brian, the Best Flex works for him. So I kind of don't really see the point in changing them over if what they're on at the moment works for them, if that makes sense. And then last but not least, he is on the NutriCalm from, again, Foran. Oh, my hand is so sticky. Which is basically just helps with daily stress and anxiety to help maintain focus and concentration. He gets 50 mils of this, just to obviously help. It's basically just calmer. So I've only just put him on this, so I don't actually know whether it's going to work or not. But I kind of was trying to try out some different supplements for him. So he was on the Feedmark Calmer, which did help, but it wasn't, I don't actually know if Calmer's ever going to be a massive thing for him, as he's so crazy. But I kind of wanted to try both of their Calmers to see which one suits him best. So Feedmark one did definitely help, but just not as much as I'd have liked it to have. But then again, if the Foran one doesn't help as much as the Feedmark one did, I'll obviously go back to using the Feedmark one. But basically that is the feed done. I'm sorry if I like rambled on. I can be a bit of a rambler at times, but let's just quickly put their feeds away and then I'll go and get changed. So, lunch, breakfast, and then dinner. So yeah, that's the food feed done. I am now going to quickly go get changed and then I'll come back, get Mary in, and we can get riding, as it's getting a bit later as I just keep on rambling. Honestly, I don't know why you guys watch my videos, but let's go. Outfit of the day, May Dolores. May Dolores. Why are my eyes so red? Oh. May Dolores. May Dolores. May Dolores. As always, don't know why we do outfit of the days. Don't need to. But let's go get Mary in and get ready. Look at that. Nose brady. Mary from Mary. Top wrap on the floor. Bonnie! Oh, she's such a child, isn't she? Bonnie, stop it. That's gonna bronk you. So he's going to jump the blanks then. Bonnie, stop it. What a good girl. Oh,
Oh, wrong leg. Oh, she's changed, she's changed, she's changed. Good girl. I'm really not going to touch them poles. Oh. That striding don't look great, does it? Oh. Good girl. I know. And we're on the right leg. Good girl.
Right, can you make that a little upright too?
Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Well done.
She come round the corner, I was like, what the?
Good girl. Too forward. Woohoo. Why?
Okay, I know you're enjoying yourself. Come on.
Yeah, don't lean forward and pet her just after a jump and give her your veins.
Oh wow, wow, she was such a good girl. First time I've ever seen Filler. Really confident, and yeah, the trot jumping is just an absolute lifesaver really, because it's just so much easier to have control, and like don't have to worry about my strides. You just let her kind of do it, and it also teaches them to kind of do it by themselves as well and not have the support of you all the time and like sort their own legs out. And honestly, she was amazing. Just walking off now, she's a little bit tired. Worked hard, tried to do kind of walk on as least as possible. We didn't want to do too much of her, but honestly I couldn't really fault her, to be honest. She was great, and even at the end she got so confident and was just trying to canter into all the jumps, and it just feels great to have her so confident and happy. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk her off and then we'll take her in and get her untacked, and she can go back out for an hour. We are quite a few hours later, and I am back on the yard with Mr. Rye. Mr. Bry. He doesn't want to know. Enjoying his hay. Is there? No? Okay. And Miss Mary. Hello. So yeah, I've just finished off. Their beds down and then skipped out. Mary did go out actually after I jumped her earlier. She went out for another hour in the field to have a roll and get muddy again. And then I brought them all in, and I've just been skipping them out really since. They've had their dinners. They just had their night nets. These are all their morning nets outside the stables. So yeah, that's pretty much it. She was an absolute superstar today. Really, really happy with her. She jumped absolutely mint. So yeah, really, really pleased. As you've seen, we just done trot jumping again, just while we're kind of getting used to the fillers, and she's just kind of finding her balance a bit more. It's just so much easier for us both because I don't have to worry about placing her wrong, and she can just worry about herself and gain her own confidence as such, rather than me constantly having to hold her hand, because I don't want it to be like that long term. But yeah, no, I'm honestly, I couldn't be more pleased with her. Like even down that double along the side, with a scary like hanging filler thing, that's definitely a filler that they all spook at, and she was so good about it. Like she was a bit spooky, but like I kept my leg on. A bit messy the first time when she jumped it quite big, come back round, and then she jumped it confidently. Ryan's about to do a poo. Thank you, Rai. Got to pick that up. But yeah, honestly, I couldn't be happy with her, and I really hope you guys enjoyed that little vlog of me having my first jump alone on her. First time without a lesson, as like I said earlier, it's just not really affordable at the moment to be having lessons consistently. Like I want to be having lessons consistently, but I also need to do some stuff with myself and her, because obviously Scarlett's not always going to be there with me at shows and stuff, so I kind of need to be able to do it by myself. But yeah, really happy with her, and I look forward to jumping her next. Honestly, it's just so much fun jumping her. She's absolutely incredible, and I'm really, really excited about her future. I've just got like mud on my finger. So yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you soon.
She got the good vibes when seasons change, but where to say